Welcome. My name is Natalia Dibba. I'm the Director of Global Initiatives, and we want to tell you about different ways to make your UWB Experience Global. I'm joined by three of our wonderful students and study abroad ambassadors who are going to tell you more about their own journeys in just a few minutes. But to start us off, I want to tell you that our office, Global Initiatives, is part of the Office of Connected Learning. That's comprised of several units who have a shared goal of connecting students to different applied experiences where you can connect what you're learning in the classroom to things out in the community and the world. So we like to say that we are connecting you to new skills, community, research, and the world. And there are many benefits to these kinds of applied learning experiences, and Isa is going to give you an overview of that.
So some of the benefits that a student will get from the Office of Connected Learning is you're able to find a sense of belonging and a sense of community through sharing experiences with different students within the programs. You're able to engage in hands-on experimental learning with all the different experiences and opportunities that you're able to gain through the Office of Connected Learning. Along with career skills and professional contacts, it's a way to help really build your networking skills and get in contact with many different people from a lot of different areas. You're also able to contribute to more than just a community within the campus and also beyond the campus. And you also have the opportunity of winning scholarships and different awards to help fund your study abroad experience or other global initiative experiences.
There are multiple ways to have a global learning experience during your time at UWB, and we want to describe three main ones. So the first one, COIL courses, is a global engagement experience that happens within your UWB classes. So through collaborative online international learning, which is what COIL stands for, you will be connecting with students in a different part of the world to explore topics of shared interest, to contribute to content, maybe develop projects or work towards some deliverable together. And this is not only a great opportunity to connect with peers in a country that maybe is not familiar to you and learn about their life, but also to practice virtual collaboration skills, which are really essential in the workplace because a lot of companies are doing work globally and having to connect with colleagues or clients in different parts of the world. Another great opportunity, and this is very unique to our campus, is the Global Scholars Program. And Jenny and Isa and Israel have all been part of this program, and you'll hear a little bit more from them. But this is a year-long program that explores issues of diversity and difference and identity as being central to global engagement. So we take a critical look at what does it mean to be a global citizen, and what does it mean to be engaged globally, and how does that connect to our own identities and experiences. And then the last and probably the most familiar to folks is study abroad. And the UW has lots of opportunities to earn your UW credits by taking classes in a different part of the world, either through a program that the UW is organizing or through one of our partner providers. And all of these programs guarantee that you'll earn UW credits, and many of them are eligible for financial aid, which can make it more affordable. And now I want to invite our three study abroad ambassadors to tell you a little bit more about their global journey. So the questions that I've asked them to think about and share on are why global experiences are important academically, personally, professionally, and what are some challenges that they faced in pursuing a global experience. And then, of course, they'll also tell you about the benefits and the value of these. So first up will be Isa.
So, wait, should I share?
Yeah, you can share your slide. Yeah.
So this is my global journey. So I was also in the Global Scholars Program, where through there I learned a lot of critical conversations connected to my own identity and experiences to passions and future plans. Within the program, I was able to hold space and share a lot of community sense with a lot of the other students within the program, and it's honestly taught me how to think a lot more critically and deeper within my work of global engagement, but also connecting it to my own major, my business major, and seeing the dynamics between the two. And so it also encouraged and supported and helped me apply for different scholarships and post-grad experiences. I was also able to study abroad this past summer in Greece. And the name of my program was Greece in Relation to Europe and the Balkans, Travelers, Migrants, and Tourists. And the Global Scholars program really helped me prepare for my journey abroad. Oftentimes when we try new experiences, we kind of feel a sense of imposter syndrome. And through the Global Scholars program, I was able to combat those feelings and also feel a lot more comfortable to expressing myself and also understanding my own identity, as well as I got help with finding funding for my financial aid within the my study abroad program, because oftentimes financial situations can be often drawback within. But through the Global Scholars Program, I was able to really find scholarships that will allow me to pursue my global experience, and I'm very much thankful for that.
Great. Thank you so much, Lisa. Jenny.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I was also in the Global Scholars Program. And for me, it was really important for me as a first-gen student, especially because I feel that oftentimes not everyone knows the right path to get to where they want, or not necessarily know all the resources that there are available. And definitely a really valuable impact that Global Scholars had on me was the ability to search for those opportunities and be more confident in applying for them. And I think what's really great with Global Scholars is that we get to know each other throughout the year. It's longer than normally what a quarter would be for your students and like interacting with your professors, for example. And for me, my global experience at that time was actually local in Seattle, and I was the marketing intern with the Seattle Queer Film Festival, and it was directly applicable to my major, but I was also able to think of it on more of a global scale and think about the sort of different social issues that marginalized communities face. And so now that I'm the program assistant with Global Scholars, it's definitely been a really valuable experience to get that support. And it's definitely not been a linear sort of journey, but having the supportive like professors and peers definitely like positively impacted me. And when it's, whether it's like engaging with diverse communities or even like taking on new challenges, I feel like I've definitely improved in that sort of sense of like being able to be resourceful and adapt to new situations. And those are definitely like the important skills that I've learned. And yeah, just adding on to what Issa said, like the supportive, being able to be supported in scholarships is really important to me as well, because I feel like a lot of people are hesitant to pursue opportunities because it seems too challenging or too daunting. But my experience overall has been super impactful.
Great. Thank you, Jenny. And over to Israel.
All right. Hi, I'm Israel. So this is my journey. First off, I started at the Global Scholars Program. I've heard about it through a class I was taking, which was led by one of the directors of the Global Scholars Program, which got me interested and then got me into joining. And as I noted here on the slide, for me, a lot of the conversations or discussions we had in Global Scholars were around the difficult and personal global issues that are relevant to my study abroad experience and also everyday life over here in the US. So from the Global Scholars Program, I started getting interested into other study abroad programs, which led me going on the UWB Business Thailand and Cambodia Corporate Social Responsibility Program. I did that last year during early fall with a group of students from UWB, and it was a really great experience, which helped open my eyes to the international business market. I'm also a business major as Jenny and Issa, but I have a focus in accounting, and I wasn't really sure what type of work I wanted to do after graduation, but after doing my program, it really kind of put my mind in a certain path towards international business. And so that's something that I'm a lot more interested in now. And kind of piggybacking off of that, the study abroad ambassador scholarship was something that I applied for because of Global Scholars also. It was something that was often brought up when we were talking about different scholarships and financial aid opportunities. And I thought it was really something that I should apply for in order to support my journey in different global experiences. All of this is kind of compiled into me becoming the UW Bothell Study Abroad Peer Advisor now. So I work under Natalia directly, and I work with Jenny as well within the Global Initiatives units, and I'm a peer advisor for any students on UW Bothell that need any help with within the study abroad application system or process of finding a program. Yeah, so all of this kind of started with Global Scholars, and it kind of spiraled all the way down into me becoming the peer advisor, which was really awesome because I really enjoy it, and I have a great time doing it. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Israel. So now let's talk about how you can get involved. So in this next section of our presentation, we're going to show you some examples of specific opportunities beyond those that Jenny and Isa and Israel described, so that you can be on the lookout for things that are a great fit for you and your journey. So the first of these is an example of an upcoming COIL class. So as I mentioned, these are opportunities for global engagement that happen within your courses. And currently we have a small number of these offerings across the curriculum. You may find that this is a component of a class when you register after you see the syllabus. Sometimes it is highlighted in the course schedule as well, but not always. So this class on critical gender and sexuality studies, which is taught by Dr. Al-Kakurian periodically, but the next one will be in autumn 2023, will have a component where UW Bothell students are connecting with students in Morocco to learn about the history and current events of the feminist movement in the Middle East, focusing specifically on Egypt, Tunisia, and Morocco. So this is a theme that's already explored in the class normally, but through COIL, there's going to be a more stronger focus and deeper focus on the Middle East and North Africa. So for about 4 to 5 weeks during the quarter, you would be collaborating online with students at the University of Sidi Mohammed bin Abdullah in Morocco and a professor in a class there. You would take time to get to know each other, learn a little bit about each other's lives, then delve into some shared readings or maybe watch some films or videos together and exchange views, and then work on a joint project where each of you is taking feedback from the other side to contribute to your own assignment or something that you're turning in for the class. And the interaction happens both synchronously through joint Zoom meetings, but also a lot of it may happen asynchronously through shared discussion boards or working on a website together, or some other deliverable for the class. And now we're going to talk more about what the Global Scholars Program entails.
Yeah, so Isa, Israel, and I have all talked a little bit about our experience within Global Scholars. And I just wanted to highlight that it's not required that you have to be of a certain identity or required to be first gen, but we do support, the Global Scholars Program does support students from diverse backgrounds. So this doesn't have to look one way, it can look a lot of different ways. And that was definitely a highlight for me, is knowing that your summer global experience can take a lot of forms. So it's not just study abroad. For me, it was my local internship, but for other people in the program, other people have done virtual experiences, virtual internships, volunteering. So just a different variety of experiences all count as what you'll be engaging in. And so the format for the program is that you take 2 classes, first one being in spring, to sort of get started and explore those questions of like diversity and identity before you're essentially going on whatever you decide to do with your global experience, and then coming back in autumn quarter to sort of reflect on those experiences. But did Isa or Israel, did you want to add on as well?
Yeah, sure. I would just like to say that Global Scholars, like Jenny said, it's really about your global engagement and how you interact differently with the other students also within the cohort. There's a lot of conversations that we have that you don't really get to experience within other classes around UW Bothell or maybe even other UW campuses. There's just a lot of deep, meaningful conversations that we get to have that I very much cherish because it's not something that you get to experience in your other classes.
Yeah, I definitely will definitely agree with that. And I think one of the most important things for me was the amount of support that I really had gained through this experience with all the other students within a diverse background of different majors and different minors. So I think just being able to have these conversations, you know, and centered around identity, it's something that you often don't really get that opportunity. And through this program, it allows you to, it opens doors for other opportunities within the campus and also beyond, especially thinking like career rise and different routes that you wouldn't think that you'd be able to pursue before. So this program definitely opens up a lot of doors that you probably would have never seen open. So I definitely would add that to that.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. And I want to add to that, that previous global scholars have leveraged their experience in the program to be successful in pursuing graduate school, including very competitive funding opportunities for that, other global opportunities beyond graduation, and then just jobs and careers beyond that. In this photo, it also illustrates another kind of global engagement component that's built into the autumn class. So in the autumn, students are put into small groups and each works with a community activist in a different part of the world. So they come from a network of people that has been working closely together from Ghana, Mexico, India, and Tanzania. Those are the main countries. And one of the community activists and collaborators was actually here last fall, Manda Nogoitiko from Tanzania. She's a really amazing activist for the Maasai community in Tanzania, and we got to meet with her and hear her talk about leadership and activism in her context, and it was really a unique opportunity. All right, we're now going to talk about study abroad, Israel.
Yeah, so these are just the main types of programs that UW typically offers for studying abroad. There's the short term, which is the lowest amount that you'll do, 2 weeks, and then there's early fall, which is pretty typical, 2 to 4 weeks, usually around 3 weeks. And then we have summer term A and B. Sometimes they'll be combined into the summer quarter. So it's 4 to 5 weeks for term A or term B, but if it's the whole quarter, it would be 8 to 10 weeks. And then we have quarter long, which is around 10 weeks. And there's also semester long, but no UW faculty-led programs usually do semester long. And then we also have the different types of programs, such as partner programs, such as CIE, IES, there's a couple other more. And then university exchanges, which is kind of what the typical idea of studying abroad is to most people. You know, you go to a different university and you kind of just exchange, you take classes like you usually would over here, but at a different country. And then there's internships abroad, which is some partner programs are specialized in that, such as IAS. They do a lot of internships. And then there's virtual experiences, which we'll be talking about in a couple slides next, but there's a couple of virtual internships that we offer. There's some virtual programs as well. There's a bunch of different types of programs that we offer, but these are just the main types. And then we'll be talking about Matsuyama. This is a program that actually ran this year during the spring break. So we had a UW Bothell professor take a group of students over to Matsuyama, Japan over spring break for, I believe it was a 10-day, so a little bit less than the short-term one, which is 2 weeks, but almost 2 weeks exactly. And it was a 2-credit course. It was approximately $2,000. So you're not really getting your bang for your buck if you're looking to do like a longer experience, like most people. But it was a really good program that I've heard that focused on global studies in the national and global context in comparison between America and Japan.
Thanks.
Now we have some example UW Bothell faculty-led programs that are running during this summer quarter right now, or coming up. The first one we have is Americans in Europe, Exile and Belonging in France and Spain, which is led by Lauren Berlinder and Camille Walsh. They're two UW Bothell professors who are collaborating together for this program, which is actually ran before, but kind of stopped due to COVID and is now ramping back up. I will leave the description for you guys at home to read. And then we also have the Guatemala Health Services Delivery in Resource Poor Settings, which is led by Mabel Nzonwu and Amanda Sendele, who are two UW Bothell professors. Well, Amanda Sendele is not a professor. She works within the OCL, the offline connected learning units. But Mabel is a professor here at UW Bothell who works in the health studies section. And again, I will leave the description for you guys to read. But these are two very good programs that are running this year. We have a lot of applicants going on both of them, and a lot of UW Bothell students going on both of them. I actually believe the Guatemala one is UW Bothell specific. They don't allow any students from the UW campus, UW Seattle or Tacoma campus. And that's just because it's kind of more focused for our nursing students here at UW Bothell. It's really made for them to get hands-on experience before they apply for the MCATs or go on to grad school and whatever options they're pursuing.
Yeah, one thing I want to add about that program, it's designed to fulfill core classes or electives for nursing and health studies majors at UW Bothell, which is why it's more Bothell specific. The Americans in Europe program is more broadly framed. It's open to students across all campuses and all majors. But as you can see, there's a variety of offerings and they span all disciplines. And UW Bothell students have access to programs that are led by UW Bothell folks, but also offerings across the entire UW system, as Israel mentioned a little bit earlier on, through partners or exchange partners as well. As we mentioned, there's also virtual opportunities, and these have expanded during the pandemic, and some have continued because they fill in an area of need for students who may not be able to travel or get away for a few weeks from home for whatever reason. Virtual experiences can be really impactful and a great way to develop your skill set that then is very marketable when it comes to pursuing job opportunities or grad school. So Hyphen the World is a program that we co-created with a community organization in India called Prava. Their focus is on empowering youth to be agents of social change, and they collaborate with a network of other community organizations across India to work in specific geographic areas or on specific issues. And some of the social issues they focus on are listed here. And the way this program works is that they've developed a list of projects that our students can help them with. They require a part-time commitment, so about 10 to 12 hours per week for the working on your project, and then 2 to 3 hours per week of mentorship and reflection. There's a cohort of students that participate, so they meet once a week, and then everyone has at least one individualized mentor that they meet with regularly as well. The part-time commitment, I really want to emphasize because it's a great fit for students who have other commitments in their life, whether that's taking care of family or whether they're going to school during that quarter or working in another job. So it doesn't require you to uproot your life and give up everything else that you're doing. You can still do this as an enrichment activity. You can choose to do it for 4 weeks or 9 weeks, either 2 credits or 5 credits, and the fee varies based on that. And we've been able to support nearly all previous participants for the past 4 years in paying the fee through our UW Bothell Study Abroad Ambassador Scholarship. And the applications for this program are typically due at the beginning of spring quarter.
Yeah, so scholarships, the first one I want to highlight is the one specific to UW Bothell, and that is the UWB Study Abroad Ambassador Scholarship, which I believe both Israel and Isa got. And for me, my program that I'm going on is actually this upcoming early fall. So when I had applied, I believe it was in April, but there's 4 recurring deadlines that you can submit, which are November, February, April, and June. So a few months before you plan on going on your study abroad is when you would apply. But even if you applied late or missed the current deadline, your application would just be pushed to that next cycle. And the awards range from $1,000 to $2,000 depending on financial aid and how much your program costs. But there's also other scholarships through the UW that are integrated with the program application process. There's also the Gilman International Program that is a pretty popular scholarship that people apply to if you're eligible. There's also country-specific scholarships such as Denmark, Canada, and Germany. And there's also external organizations where you can apply through scholarships. So for example, CIE and SIT are external organizations that have other types of study abroad programs. So for example, if you looked at the UW, the type of UW study abroad programs that are on the website and you were more interested in the ones with the external organizations such as CIE, those scholarship applications are on within their website. And yeah.
And you can pursue as many of these scholarships as you're eligible for. So some students get multiple scholarships to support their participation on the program, which definitely relieves the financial burden. And now to end our presentation, we're just going to share a few ways to get connected with us and learn more.
So we currently have a blog that where all students who obtain the Study Abroad Ambassador Scholarship are able to share their stories and their experiences along that they've had within their global experience. So we'll just go ahead and take a look at some of the recent stories. And you can just see, continue to read more Sounds of Social Justice, the overlook of adventures on the streets of Spain, student who, with their experience in the Czech Republic, Cambodia, Alina. So this is a great resource for you to get to know more about students who are in UW Bothell and learn about their experiences and how it was for them combating their global abroad experience, and probably learn some tips and tricks about the application process.
And there's definitely a lot of ways that you're able to connect with us. And so we are located in the Student Success Center in UW1. You're free to drop in whenever if you have any quick questions. You can also make an appointment with us through Navigate if you're looking to talk more in depth or you have specific questions related to what you're interested in. We also have the UWB blog that we just mentioned where you can read up on the stories of students that have studied abroad before. I definitely found it super helpful as I'm preparing right now. And we also have the Instagram where we post more relevant events coming up, such as the coffee chat coming up on May 4th. And we also have a newsletter where we send out specialized opportunities and upcoming events.
Thanks so much, and we hope that you'll reach out to us to start planning your journey.
Bye. Thank you.